Another week, another round of confidence picks right here on the channel. I'm Steve Deace with my co-host, never partner here at Bigger Ten, Aaron McIntyre. Good to see you, brother. And let's get the results. Where do things stand heading into week 9?
Boy, howdy, I was about 15 to 20 yards away from making this a lot more competitive. I did gain on you a little bit this week. You hit on Oregon and Wisconsin, missed on Iowa, Rutgers, Nebraska, Maryland, and your bonus pick of Michigan and Illinois over 43 points. You did have Illinois over Michigan, the overall result. I hit on Oregon, Wisconsin.
I won Maryland over USC too, remember. You got that in the red.
Maryland over. Oh, that's right. So I was wrong. Well, good grief. I'm going to have to change this on the fly. Man alive, that's too bad. I'm just projecting there. So you got that right. So you came up with. See, I thought I did this correctly. 13, 15, 16 points. Okay. Missed on your bonus pick. I came up with 13, 16, 18 points. So I gained 2 points on you. I pushed on USC and Maryland over 57. So we got to give you 2 more points. You're at 552. And I will change this as soon as we're done here. 552 to 531. You had been leading by, I think, 31 points, or maybe it was 29 points. Yeah, almost. So it was really close to being a lot better. If USC had been able to move the ball 15 to 20 yards more and kick a game-winning field goal, my bonus would have come through, my pick would have come through. But alas, it did not. On to week, what is this, 9? Or
week
8?
9 already, if you can believe it.
Good grief.
Yep.
All right, here's your
Let's
picks.
get to it. I'm going with Ohio State for my 8-pointer against Nebraska. The Buckeyes coming off the bye week, and someone's got to pay for that loss in Eugene. And I think that someone's going to be the Nebraska Huskers. So I got 8 on Ohio State. I'm going to put 7 on Oregon against the still-ranked Illinois Fighting Illini. I think now have, 4 wins over ranked teams,
crazy.
I want to say.
3 or 4, yeah.
It is crazy. So phenomenal job by Brett Bielema. I think he's clearly the leader for Big Ten Coach of the Year right now. Aside from Kurt Signetti, obviously. So I've got Oregon over Illinois in that matchup. I just think they're going to deal with an offense that just operates at too high of an efficiency. You're just not going to scrap your way to that, especially on the road. I'm going to put 6 on Iowa over Northwestern, even though every Iowa fan, including my co-host here, are all like, no, because you guys have scars from years of Northwestern just, taking your follicles of your scrotum away and showing it to you. But I just think
the good news is
Iowa
that Michigan State already did that to us last week. So,
and I think Iowa coming back home off a loss, I think they rebound pretty strong here. Speaking of Michigan State, I'm taking them over Michigan. It's just this simple. They have the better coach. They have the better quarterback. And I just think that for Michigan to play the way that it did on offense coming out of a bye, that program and team right now is just fundamentally broken. And I think both are 4-3. One of them's ecstatic. The other one just wants a COVID flyer to end the year right now. I'm going to go 4 points Indiana over Washington. I thought I flirted with the upset here without Curtis Rourke. I think they'll play great without him this week. I shouldn't say great. I think they'll play fine without him this week, but I think as the weeks go on is when that loss will be felt more. But I also think with a week off, Jed Fish will draw some stuff up to give the Indiana defense more of a challenge than Nebraska did last week. I'm going to take Minnesota over Maryland, fade the team that just had the storm the field win the previous week. And that's the Terps. So they're back on the road against Minnesota off a bye. I'm taking the Gophers there. I'm going to go for the upset here. I do not think Penn State will go 12-0. It's a look-ahead spot as well with Ohio State on deck. And they're on the road at Madtown, and the Badgers have been playing well. You're right. You said this on Bigger Ten. They've been under the radar the last few weeks, and it looks like they have found something. I think Wisconsin pulls the upset over number 3, Penn State. Biggest win of the Fickell era. And then my 1-pointer, I'm going to take USC over Rutgers. But you can just tell by the 1 point, I am not very confident in that at all. What I am very confident in, the Badgers plus 6.5, getting almost a full touchdown there. And I think they win the game outright. We won't need the points, but I'm going to take them. And I'm going to take Wisconsin plus 6.5. That's my bonus pick.
All right, good stuff. We have a little bit of variance this week. I have the same 2 8 and 7 picks. Ohio State over Nebraska, and Oregon over Illinois at my 8 and 7 slots, respectively. I've got USC over Rutgers. Again, this is 3 time zones away. Rutgers is going to be playing at 11 p.m. Eastern time on Friday night in USC. It's going to be a sleepy stadium. Yeah, maybe that's advantage Rutgers. But at the same time, again, 11 p.m. at night. I don't trust them enough. I don't trust USC much either. I just think that's going to be too much to overcome for Rutgers. And USC, like I said, has been leading in all of these games that they have lost. I just can't see them being down by 2 scores to Rutgers heading into the fourth quarter. And I think, once that fourth quarter gets over, starts getting into that fourth quarter, if USC's got the lead, it's going to be like almost 1 o'clock Eastern time body clock for Rutgers. So I'm just going body clock. That's my pick at the 6th slot. 5, I've got Penn State over Wisconsin. Wisconsin simply has not played a defense like Penn State so far this year. They just haven't. So like I said, I have really discounted them. Wisconsin, they've flown under the radar. I have not given them enough credit. And I think this will probably be within a 2-score game. I could see it being a 10-point, 13-point game, or even closer than that. It's not going to be my bonus pick. But I still think Penn State can get the job done at Wisconsin. I'm going for a mild upset. I'm not a huge believer in Minnesota quite yet. Now, they should have a lot of confidence heading into this one off of a bye week. They came close to beating Michigan. They did beat USC. Who was the other one that they beat? Was it USC? Yeah, UCLA on the road at UCLA. They're going to have a lot of confidence. But I don't know this. I do not trust Minnesota this year. They seem like a feast or famine type of team. Solid, but I think Maryland, it just feels like one of those spots where it's like so obvious that a random upset, mild upset like that happens. 3, I've got Iowa over Northwestern. Was I going too far on the Bigger Ten X account for saying that was an emasculating loss? I don't know how much of that game you got to watch. But man alive.
I watched plenty of it. I haven't seen an Iowa. Too far at all.
Yeah, I haven't seen an Iowa defense tackle that poorly in a long time.
It was a soft effort.
It was a very soft effort. Yeah. So, I'm not super confident in Iowa right now. Kirk Ferentz had some really tepid words about the quarterback situation. He said, as of right now, Cade McNamara is the starter, which basically means he's on a short leash. I have to say that because he's never said anything, but he's our starter for sure. He's the best, blah, 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 blah. Say that about his quarterbacks. I don't know. We might see some different things from Iowa, but I'm still not super confident on whole on this team. 2, I've got Michigan State over Michigan, basically for the same reasons that you gave. Better quarterback, more motivation. Everything is gravy at this point. Every win opportunity is gravy for Jonathan Smith in his first year. So I think they're going to be the more amped up and ready to go team. Don't know what Michigan is playing for other than their coach, but if they were playing for their coach, you would have thought, hey, let's beat Illinois.
Good time to start would have been 5 weeks ago.
Correct.
Yes.
Yeah. And then number 1, I've got Indiana over Washington. Man, like you said yesterday, this could go a number of ways. I still think Indiana figures out a way to get it done. But there's just too much variance in this game for me to put any more confidence other than 1 point in this. So I'm going to go Indiana. Both first-year coaches, but Indiana has things rolling right now. Washington is good. Washington is better than they are than what I think they're what they are on paper. I think they are heading in the right direction, but I just have more confidence in Indiana right now. And my bonus pick is Michigan State over 40.
Good luck with that.
Yep. It just seems like too obvious. Again, shirking just seems too obvious. So I'm going, I'm trying to shirk conventional wisdom. Having said that, it's going to be like 20-3, isn't it? 17-3.
My numbers had Illinois, Michigan's total 4 points short, which is why I made that my bonus. Instead, it went 15 points to the under. So, but yeah, the Michigan offense, Aaron, it is Arthur Sitkowski, Rutgers bad. It's the worst offense in the Big Ten since then. And if you guys remember, Arthur Sitkowski at Rutgers finished 14th in the league in pass efficiency 1 year when there were 12 teams in the league.
This would be a great team if you were in the Big Ten West of yesteryear.
Yes.
Don't ask me how I know that.
Yeah. All right, that'll do it. See you next week right here on the channel. For Aaron McIntyre, I'm Steve Deace. See you then.